Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2020 All College Football Recap Week 14 show, where we wrap up the regular season for most teams. We're doing the top 16 of the top 25 games we did from the prediction show. I'll let you know who won. I'll let you know who lost. What was your favorite game of the week? Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. And I hope everybody's continuing to have a wonderful day. And without further ado, let's get to the first matchup of the 2024 College Football Recap Week 14 show. We had number 24 Kansas State Wildcats going on the road to take on number 18 Iowa State Cyclones, and this was a very back and forth game. It really came down to which team had the ball last, and Iowa State proving to be too much for the Wildcats, who had so much promise coming into this season, and to be knocked out of the top 25 now. But Iowa State getting the win 29-21. In our next matchup, we had number 16 Arizona State Sun Devils going on the road into Tucson to take on the Arizona Wildcats, and this was really a one-sided affair. Arizona State was up by as many as 28-0 in the second quarter. Not even a contest. Arizona getting the touchdown in garbage time, but the Sun Devils proving why they should be definitely considered the college football playoffs after ending the year 10-2. They get the win over the rival Wildcats 49-7. In our next matchup, we had the Mississippi State Bulldogs going on the road into Vaughn Hemingway Stadium to take on Jackson Dart and number 14 Mississippi Rebels. And Mississippi really controlled this matchup throughout. Mississippi State has really struggled this year, especially in the conference, ending the year 0-8 in conference play. And Mississippi has just been good against teams that they're expected to beat. A little bit closer than Mississippi would have probably wanted it, but Jackson Dart and the Rebels come in, get the win, take care of business 26-14. In our next matchup, we had the Auburn Tigers going on the road into Tuscaloosa to take on Jalen Milroe and the Alabama Crimson Tide. And Alabama came into this game number 13 in the country, but they have suffered 3 big losses this season. This wasn't really one of those games. Alabama did what they had to do to stay ahead on the scoreboard for the majority of this game. Auburn's offense really did not show up in this game like they did against A&M. Alabama ending the year 9-3 on the season. They beat Auburn 28-14. And up next on the 2024 College Football Recap Week 14 show, we had number 15 South Carolina going on the road to take on Kate Klubnik and number 12 ranked Clemson Tigers, and points were definitely at a premium in this one, but Clemson would get on the board first. Second quarter, South Carolina would reply with about 6 minutes to go to half to even it up. It was 7-7 at the locker room, and Clemson did hold a 14-10 lead late in the fourth quarter, but South Carolina stepping up in the final moments and getting a big-time win on the road. They beat Clemson 17-14. In our next matchup, we had the Oregon State Beavers going on the road to the Field of Blue to take on Ashton Gentry and number 11 Boise State Broncos. And Boise State really did what they had to do to secure a win here. Ashton Gentry, another great performance on the ground to close out the regular season for the Broncos. And Oregon State just really struggled in this game, and they will not be going bowling as they were 5-6 coming into this game, ending the year 5-7 on a sour note as number 11 Boise State beats Oregon State 34-18. And in our next matchup, we had the Purdue Ballmakers going on the road to take on number 10 Indiana Hoosiers. And I kind of called this on the prediction show. This was a rout. Indiana with the high-powered offense that they have. And Purdue has been blown out a couple of times this year. This is just another clean blowout. Indiana really running up the score on Purdue. And that's all you can really say at the end of the day. This was one-sided early. This was over at half. And Indiana just showing the nation why they should be in the college football playoffs. They obliterate Purdue 66-0. In our next matchup, we had the California Golden Bears going on the road to take on number 9 ranked SMU Mustangs. And SMU really showed up this week. Another team that's on their way to the ACC championship. They went 8-0 in conference this year. And if they win the ACC championship, it could be year 2 of them being in the ACC before you see SMU lose, and that really kind of blows my mind at the start of this year. But SMU has come up and performed every single week, and they end the year on a high note, beating California 38-6. And up next on the 2024 College Football Recap Week 14 show, we had Nico Iamaleava and number 8 Tennessee going on the road to take on Diego Pavia and the Vanderbilt Commodores. And this started out high octane early. Vanderbilt taking the kickoff back, Tennessee fumbling it, Vanderbilt scoring, and Vanderbilt up 14-0 5 minutes in. But Tennessee was resilient in this game. They would come back. It was 24-17 Tennessee at the half. Come out in the second half, make it 31-17 on a 6-play drive as Tennessee would end the year 10-2. They beat Vanderbilt 36-23. And in our next matchup, we had the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets going on the road between the hedges to take on number 7 Georgia. And Georgia Tech gave everything Georgia can handle. This was all Georgia Tech in the first half. They were up 17-0 at the half over the Dogs. And they were even up 27-13 with 8 minutes to go in the game before Georgia finally got it together, got a touchdown, got the ball back, tied the game, forced overtime, and then it just turned into a classic. This was the second longest college football game at 8 overtimes as number 7 Georgia gets a survive game against number unranked Georgia Tech 44-42. In our next matchup, we had number 6 Miami going on the road to take on the Syracuse Orange. And if Miami wins this game, they would be going to the ACC Championship. If they lost this game, Clemson would be going to the ACC Championship. And Syracuse just came in and kept up with the Canes for a lot of this game. And Syracuse just hanging in there. This was one possession game pretty much from start to finish, and Miami just couldn't really put away Syracuse, as Syracuse ended the season on a high note with an upset win. They beat Miami 42-38. And in our next matchup, we had number 5 Notre Dame going on the road to take on the USC Trojans. And kind of like I predicted, USC knows how to stay in games when they're playing their best opponents. We saw that a lot in this game. It was pretty much very close up until the fourth quarter. Notre Dame had back-to-back pick sixes that really sealed this game out, which is why the spread was a 14-point spread. But if you take away those two pick sixes, you've got an even matchup. They were very even until that point, but the Fighting Irish finding a way 49-35. They beat USC. And up next on the 2024 College Football Recap Week 14 show, we had the Maryland Terrapins going on the road to University Park to take on number 4 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. And Penn State showed up to play early and often in this game. Drew Aller had a great game through the air, and the Penn State rushing attack was really a factor in this game. Penn State just put the hammer down on Maryland and proving why they belong in the conversation of college football playoff. A big time win, 44-7. Penn State beats Maryland. And our next matchup, we have number 3 Texas going on the road to Kyle Field to take on number 20 Texas A&M. And the winner of this game will play Georgia in the SEC Championship. And this was a very low-scoring game. Points were at a premium in this game. Texas got a big lead early, really held on to it, and the defenses just played this one to a standstill. As number 3 Texas with a good 10-point win. They beat number 20 Texas A&M 17-7. And in our next matchup, upset alert. I repeat, we have upset alert. We had unranked defending national champion Michigan Wolverines going on the road into Columbus to take on number 2 Ohio State. And this was a pretty low-scoring game, honestly. Most of the scoring occurred in the first half. It was 10-10 going to the locker room, and these two teams played 10-10 till late in the fourth quarter when Michigan was able to kick through what would be the game-winning field goal and upset the number 2 team in the land. We're not going to talk about what happened after the game because that happened in a lot of places, but Michigan, big upset win over Ohio State, 13-10. They beat the Buckeyes. And our last game of the week, we had the Washington Huskies going on the road to Eugene to take on number 1 ranked Oregon Ducks. And Dylan Gabriel just having a day. He had 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown in this game. And Oregon had this one really put away by halftime. I believe they were up 28-7 at the half. But Oregon really had a great game from start to finish in this, and they were the only team to end the regular season undefeated at 12-0 as they cap it off by beating Washington 49-21. And that was the 2024 College Football Recap Week 14 show. What was your favorite game of the week? Let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video on social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I drop my next video. If you want to see some more of me, Nicky D, then go click on another one of my videos because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nicky D. This is the Nicky D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.